Yes, children. Good afternoon, children. I explained you the states of matter yesterday, and I told you matter is a substance which makes all the things of the universe are made up of matter. Because everything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. So there are three states of matter. So many things, some of the things you will find in the solid state, some in liquid state, some in the air state, gaseous state. All these different states, they occupy space, they have mass, so they all come to the or are called matter. And thus we say that there are three states of matter. Out of these three states, the liquids and gases, we can very easily transfer them from one container to the other container. They can flow also, and thus they are called as fluids. So all those substances which can flow, they are called fluids. Now, what is matter made up of? That is, any substance, what it is made up of, that we call matter. What it is made up of? It is made up of tiny particles called molecules. And these molecules together combine to form one substance, one matter. And these molecules, when present in a matter or a substance, they keep on vibrating at their own places. The three states of matter can be interconverted. We can change solid by changing the condition. We can change a solid to liquid by heating liquid to gaseous state by further heating. Similarly, we can change the states, we can reverse it. The gaseous state can be changed into liquid state by cooling, and liquid state can be changed back into the solid state again by further cooling. Now we'll study the important properties of these three states of matter. First is solids. In solids, the molecules are very tightly packed with no gaps in between the molecules. They are closely packed. Thus, these molecules have no space in or no gap in between and no intermolecular space. For that reason, the solids have fixed shape and they do not flow. They have fixed volume also and cannot be compressed, because the molecules are so tightly packed that if we apply pressure on it, the molecules have no space to come more further. They cannot squeeze themselves. As a result, because of this, the solids cannot be, their shape cannot be changed. We cannot it is not compressible. Then we'll come to, today I will take this next state of matter, liquids. In liquids, the molecules are loosely packed. They are far to one another compared to solids. And the intermolecular space, the space between the two molecules, see this space between the two molecules you will find is present. So intermolecular space is present between them. So the liquids, the molecules are loosely packed and there are few intermolecular spaces between them. For that reason, because the molecules are loosely packed, so the molecules can move from their position to their other position and they can flow in their own quantity, the amount, the quantity, they will flow within that only. That is why they have fixed shape. They have fixed volume. Their quantity is same and these molecules keep on moving in that total quantity of liquid only. But they don't have fixed shape. Also, liquids can flow very easily because the molecules are loosely packed. Liquids, they have a definite volume and can be compressed slightly. That is, if you apply pressure on liquids, you will find, because the intermolecular space is there, the molecules have a space to shift when pressure is applied on it, so they come closer to one another. That is why they are compressible slightly compared to solids. So you take this balloon filled with water, try to press the balloon, just press it, you will find that its shape will be changed. Because the molecules are loosely packed, the force of attraction between the molecules of liquid are less than in solids. So the force of attraction between the intermolecular force of attraction is less. On heating a liquid, its molecules move apart. When we heat any liquid, supposing we are heating it, the molecules on getting heat, these molecules when heating it, because they are in the state of motion, they are moving. But when they get heat energy, with that energy they will start moving more fast. Hence the liquids, they expand on heating. So when they will keep more and more of heat is supplied, they will get so much of energy that they will, from the lower end, they will move to upward, and from the upward they will try to move out, that is, they will change into gaseous state. Now to show that liquids can diffuse easily, diffusion means intermixing of the two liquids, liquids or substances. We'll take a beaker A and we'll pour milk in it. Now we'll take another beaker and same quantity of water in it. Now pour the contents of both A and B and C. This is in A we have taken, in beaker A we have taken milk 50 milliliter, in beaker B we have taken water 50 milliliter. Now we'll mix these two and we'll put it in a big container. What we will observe, that this will form a uniform, means the mixture is totally throughout similar, plain and similar, where you will not find the molecules of water separately nor the molecules of milk separately. So this is when we mix the two liquids, that is water and milk together, the molecules of water will occupy the space between the milk. Supposing this white color is the molecule of milk, this milk. In between these is intermolecular space. The water molecules will come in between these spaces. So this milk molecules, the water molecules, they all will get mixed up. So hence the intermixing of the two different types of molecules lead to the formation of mixture. In other words, we can say that molecules of milk have diffused. Diffused means that the molecules of milk have diffused into water, means these molecules will enter in between the molecules of water, and they together form a very uniform and plain one mixture. Then gases. In gases, this is the third state of matter, the molecules are very loosely packed. They are too far from one another compared to liquids also, and there are large intermolecular spaces between them. See the gaps between them. It is so large compared to solids. Solids, there is no intermolecular space. In liquids, they have slight intermolecular spaces there, but very less. But in gases, there is very large space between them. And as a result, because of this, they do not have any shape of their own, and they take shape of the container in which they are put. In whatever shape of container there you put, the molecules of the gas will take the shape of that container. Same amount of air filling in the containers of different shape. Hence, gases take the shape of the container. So air is filled in this, in this, in this. You'll find the whatever is the container, the shape of the air gas is in it. Now gases don't have a definite volume also. Their amount, their quantity is also not fixed, and they can be compressed very easily because of large intermolecular spaces. When you will apply pressure, the molecules have so much of space in between them that they will be able to move in to fill up that gap. They will come closer and closer, and thus we can squeeze them. So you'll find the force of attraction between the molecules is very less, almost negligible. So very easily these molecules, when they are very far to one another in the gas, the force of attraction is very less, and these molecules, they can move away from their partner molecules because the attractive force is not there to hold them. Aerated drinks like soft drinks, you must have seen, they have a gas called carbon dioxide in compressed form. So your cold drinks and all, Sometimes you must have seen when you open the cork of that bottle with bubbles of gas is with a fizz comes out, and that is carbon dioxide gas is compressed, means it is being pressed and is filled in that drink. So it is carbon dioxide gas which is in compressed form. When we open them, the gas comes out in the form of bubbles. So you should know which gas is present in the aerated drinks. Name the gas in aerated drinks, that is carbon dioxide. In gases, molecules are very weakly attracted towards each other, hence they are very less dense. Dense means that is molecules are very far off. As a result, they give an appearance of they are not hard, they are not thick, that is, they are less dense. Gases also show the property of diffusion. Diffusion means from the molecules from one place can very easily spread and enter into the molecules of other substance. So that is diffusion. The molecules in a gas have high kinetic energy. How do these molecules, they move away from one another? They must be having some energy to move. Without energy, nothing can move. So it is the kinetic energy that with that energy they can go to far off distance. So what is diffusion? It is the phenomenon of intermixing of molecules of two or more substances. Any two substances, when their molecules are mixed together and these molecules enter into the spaces of one another, that is called as diffusion. Like milk and water, then your perfume mixing in the molecules of air, this is all diffusion. Now see the worksheet. Unscramble the following words to make meaningful words. TAMTER, this is matter. So this you have to rearrange these words to find a meaningful word. This is decomposed. Then this is liquid. This is spaces. This is diffusion. Then we will come to this. Fill in the blanks. The molecules of gas, they have highest kinetic energy. That is why they can move. Solids don't have. That is why the molecules cannot leave their place. Intermolecular spaces are dash in solids, very less, least. Least means in all the three states they have the least amount. Gases can be easily compressed. Liquids and gases have large intermolecular spaces, and liquids expand on heating. So these exercises I have done with you. Then we will do this activity of gas to show that gases can diffuse easily. We'll take few incense. What do you mean by incense sticks? These are those sticks. When they are burned, they give out good smell fumes, agarbatti, and burn them in one corner of room. You will observe their sweet smell, fragrance, good smell of the incense sticks spread throughout the room. So how it happens? The volatile compounds, that is the fumes that are formed on burning, they give out incense sticks diffuse. These smoke, the molecules of these gases, they get mixed into the molecules of air, and the air is present in all the direction carrying the fumes of good smell of the incense stick also with it. So this is what about today we have done, and tomorrow I'll be taking the chapter further.